All right, testing.
Please,
All
please get
right,
off.
yep. They hear us. Everything's good. And we're live. What's up, motherfuckers? We're back, man. The fuck?
What the
Like we
fuck
never
is
left.
going on?
And now you can hear us. IO after fucking dark, all right? Get your pipes ready, your blunts lit. Do what the fuck you gotta do. It's gonna be popping. But, first things first, fuck Amber Heard. I feel like we should always say that before every pod of these.
Every after. Okay.
Fuck Amber Heard. She can suck. I don't know. I don't even want her to suck my dick. She's too nasty. You can suck the fart.
Are you sure?
Nah, she can suck the fart that comes out of my ass in a jar.
I mean, come on though. Like, she's a very attractive woman.
Sure, but shitting on a bed makes her 1,000 times less attractive.
Yes, but that was also a private incident that made it public.
So?
Bro, that's my fear.
Like, are we judging people's private... Like, bro, okay. Let me put it this way, right? Every relationship between two people, and obviously this is a toxic relationship, so it doesn't apply, but it's like, when you just bring that up, I'm also like, yo, I mean, how worth it was it to it? You know what I mean? Like, it was like that whole Andrew Schultz thing. He was like, ruin me and shit like that if I didn't have a fiance. Like, he even sent text. He was like, something like, I have another idea for your throat that doesn't involve something or other. It was basically like, suck my dick. She must have been good. And that's the only pushback I'll give to that argument. All right? Just because it became public that she's shit, I know it's gross. I think it's worse what she did abuse-wise, though, and false claim-wise.
Well, yeah. That's what we're saying. All that mixed together makes her unattractive as fuck.
Right. I just wanted to say, like, it's not just the shit thing that makes her unattractive. It's like, I think we should be more focused on, like, the female-to-male abuse that happens within,
You know, I keep watching shit where she'll say things like, I was in the bed on the carpet, laying on the carpet. I'll be like, what?
It's literally like her brain glitches.
She'd be like, I turned around, looked at Johnny, I was walking away from him. What? What were you doing? You did 3 different verbs in that one action. The fuck? Like, she'd be like...
She thinks she's a robot, bro.
That's what
no, here's the thing. She's a fucking actor. Just like Johnny Depp. I think she learned from it. You remember when she was on the depositions stage, and we were just in Discord, and I was like, she snorted something from that napkin.
Yeah.
That's not what happened. I saw another angle. She posed for a picture. Yes, right? Yeah, you saw it too. Where she did it and looked over. And then the flash photography from the whatever media was in the... Like, why even allow that much fucking media in there? Like, why even allow personal media in there? Whatever. But the flash came, and she did this.
I wonder how many...
We all thought... They tried to make it a snorting thing. This is my conspiracy right here. Like, I'll get into it just real briefly. They wanted it to seem like she was snorting drugs, so that when it came out actually that she was taking a picture, it sounded less crazy. Sorry. That's just it.
Sorry. I lost... I was in another world. What was I gonna say? Fuck my life. I feel like... Yes, that was a photo shoot thing. Right? She was doing all that. I'm trying to get back to where my brain was.
Yeah, sorry.
Nah, you're good. It's not even you.
This is what we do.
Like, it's not even you. It's all me. Like, I fucked myself up. I put myself in another thought.
That was another multiverse?
Yeah, like another Eli in another multiverse. Another sage problem. Fuck!
Alright, so Amber Heard...
Acting...
courtroom dealings.
Her ramblings. You were talking about her ramblings. Like her, weird ass fucking crazy.
Okay, this isn't what I was gonna say, but I do remember this. There was this thing she was saying. She was like, "Oh, I know he does cocaine because I saw a jar." And then you look at Johnny, and they're like a jar, and he's like a jar of dirt.
Yeah.
Like,
they even made that meme too. I got a jar of dirt.
Oh man, that was really funny. But I don't know why that's funny. But that wasn't what I was saying. But I agree. I think she's a psychopath. That she's doing all this stuff for the props. I like how her team tried to spin it for her doing cocaine, so that she could later on talk about, oh, I was so distraught, I was doing drugs because this guy ruined my life type of story. But now we know, like, nah, bitch, you was posing for the fucking camera. I love how celebrities like fucking Robert Downey Jr., a bunch of other ones too. I can't remember. I don't know why I can't remember them in this moment. Oh, hey Smurf. Coin, why would you do this? Smurf came in, and like it took you out. It's so funny. Like
because it swaps places.
Yeah, I'm gonna put. There you go.
My fault.
It's like, hey Smurf.
It's
so funny. Smurf was just there, like.
Yo.
Right, and he doesn't even know anything happened.
Yeah, he don't even know. He's just playing Miles Morales. But yeah, like I love how celebrities are standing behind him now, trying to give him good deals.
Dior always stood behind him. Like they have that one fucking video. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean, the fucking most famous pirate film ever, dropped him, but Dior didn't, and kind of makes sense. Like, yeah, hey, this guy never fucked us over. We're not woke. We want to sell cologne. But Disney is like, we have already established a woke establishment as far as our perception goes, so we have to get rid of it. Why though?
Yeah. Like what's the point?
Sorry.
No, you're good. Like I was gonna end. I was done about the Amber Heard stuff anyway. So what you're saying was just the nail on the coffin. I do want to get into the main topic. Like, so I know we don't do gossip over here at IO After Dark, but I do want to talk about this.
We do gossip. We just do it in a funny way.
But I do want to talk about this topic, but I don't want to talk about what people talk about in this topic. I want to talk about something else. So I want to talk about Brendan Schaub. I know, Sam, you know nothing about this person. He was a UFC fighter. He was known as the Kid.
Oh no, I didn't know who Brendan Schaub.
He was known as Thick Poppy back in the day.
Didn't know that.
Thick Boy.
Yeah,
Thick Boy Media now.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of fights.
Can I give a quick background on Brendan Schaub, and then I'll let you go?
Yep, I love it.
Okay.
Does it better.
So, Brendan Schaub was a UFC heavyweight fighter, fighting in the most brolic division. Thank you for giving me that word, Sage. It's a great fucking word. Shout out New York. But so he was just a fighter that also always like admired comedians. Like he was a Jim Carrey fan, he was an Adam Sandler fan, he was like, but not just for the movies. He was watching stand up. He was watching Joe Rogan do stand up. He was watching Brian Callen do stand up. And Joe Rogan also happens to commentate for the fights. Brian Callen also happens to be a friend of Joe Rogan's, and they all linked up and they started The Fighter and the Kid. Brian Callen, his old ass, just tried to hang on to the Kid moniker, and like I'm 25 and I'm like, oh, the conspiracy kid, and it sounds gross, but like he can do it through his like 40s and 50s. But so Brian Callen started a podcast with Brendan Schaub. It was The Fighter and the Kid, literally a fighter to transition into maybe a more comedic role, have guests, all these things. And then Schaub also along the way, after his UFC retirement, got on with Showtime because of the Conor and Floyd Mayweather fight. He was commentating it. He was just like a readily available voice that Joe Rogan had recommended, and he was ready to go. And then they had The Fighter and the Kid explode too. Post that, they did have some trials and tribulations with, we could call Me Too movement bullshit, but whatever it is. He started Thick Boy Entertainment. Either way, the whole thing is Brendan Schaub is a UFC fighter that transitioned into comedy. Into the comedy world.
Yeah.
While having a podcast. So within the podcasting world, you are going to meet other comedians because most comedians will, at a prominent level, have a podcast. Like a Joe Rogan, like a Brendan Schaub, like a Chris D'Elia, like a Bobby Lee. Now, Paige, do you want to take it over from here? Because...
So, Bobby Lee is a Asian comedian.
Mad TV, hilarious comic.
Yeah, I love him. I love Bobby. Like, I'm a big Bobby Lee fan. Don't ask me about his specials, but I watch a lot of his clips on YouTube. Like, that's my thing with comedy too. Like, I don't watch a lot of stand-up specials, but I will watch a shit ton of your fucking clips on YouTube. Like, you know,
Yep.
Like, I'm a big thing on that. Like, I like those bite-sized clips. I like when comedians do that. Like, you know, that's why I gravitated towards Andrew Schultz so much, because his channel is just that.
He was ahead of his time, man. He established it.
But I love Bobby, and Bobby has his podcast called Tiger Belly, and he has his wife called Michaela, right? Kalila, sorry.
You picked like the whitest name. Michaela.
Kalila. And they have a history, like, you know, and it's not a big deal. I don't care about that. This is not what we're talking about. But Kalila does this show called Trash Tuesdays on the Tiger Belly Network or whatever on the channel. I just know that once we get big, a bunch of these dweebos are gonna just be like, it's not a network. But
hey, anybody pulling from this in the future? There's your fucking answer.
But she did this Trash Tuesdays with a bunch of her and her girlfriends, and they talked about a guy, a MMA fighter, who slid into Kalila's DMs. And then her friend Ann had a story about it. And then they were just like, kind of like trash talking him, you know? Like, yo, you're not even that funny. Or do you want me to ride that unfunny dick? Like, all that other stuff, right? Like, they were just girl talk, right? And if we're going to allow Trump to do guy talk, we got to allow girls to do girl talk. Now, was it funny ass shit? 100%, bro. Like, I know why Brendan is mad, my nigga. Like, because I know his boys were like, yo, he said unfunny dick. Like, bro, like, if that was my niggas, bro, they would be saying that shit like, yo, what you want, unfunny dick? Yo, you hungry, unfunny dick? Like, yo, that'll be a thing. Like, I get it, bro. You're going to get the jokes. You're kind of sour. But that wasn't what he was really mad about. What he was mad about was about Reddit talk, like, apparently, this is how out of touch I apparently am. Reddit isn't just for crazy crypto conspiracy stories and Ellen DeGeneres stories. No, apparently, Reddit is like a dark little pit where people talk shit about comedians in the darkest, vulgar way.
It's 4chan light.
Yeah.
Bro, deadass. It's 4chan where you can actually have a username.
Like,
but you got the shit attached to you.
In this Brendan Schaub Reddit 4chan thing, right? There was these people that was talking, like, telling him that he was a child molester, stuff like that.
Ridiculous shit.
Yeah, like he touched his daughter or something like that. Like, these crazy ass allegations. And I get why Brendan is mad, because I say this all the fucking time, bro. The words that you use against people, sticks and stones, all that shit is cool, bro. But words stick to you a lot more. Words are much more stickier than a stick and a fucking stone, bro. Yeah. And it sticks onto you for a long time. But Brendan
even a video of me throwing a fucking stone at you, that video will get lost in the fucking ether,
right?
Like, but if I say something and somebody can clip a sound bite to reverberate to the fucking world, that's always going to exist, because we relate words, I think, more coming out of somebody now as their intentions than we do action.
Yeah, if someone says, yo, Brendan Schaub's a pedophile, we're going to believe that person now because now we don't look at these things. And that's not cool. Like, whether it's Reddit, you know, and like H3H3 has a great, I say that sarcastically, he has a great outlook on how Reddit is.
I was gonna say, how do I switch this into sarcasm?
like he has a great idea on how Reddit is and stuff like that, and it doesn't matter. Like Brendan Schaub, he's a sensitive dude, you know, like and he admits it, and I love that he admits that shit. Like it hurts. He says like, yo, he's like, I'm not on social media, I'm not on these things because it hurts his feelings, and I fucks with that, bro. Bro, who the fuck is gonna call Brendan Schaub a pussy? He will beat the fuck up out of you.
Like I said, it's there.
Like
he
a fighter, bro.
But here's the thing too. He's also a comedian now.
Yeah, but
whether or not we want to judge his art as funny, like that is the biggest problem with his perception right now is that he got that Showtime special. Let me go real quick.
Okay, go.
I promise I'll let you go.
Okay.
But he got that Showtime special from working with Showtime through like the Floyd and Conor fight, and then he got the Showtime podcast too, and then eventually they were just like, hey, let me do a special. He was like 2 or 3 years into comedy, and it wasn't that people weren't like, hey, this is bullshit that he's getting this. It was more like he's not ready for this. And he's even talked about this where he's talked about it with Schultz where he does have the new special, Gringo Poppy. I haven't watched it yet. Just
Me neither.
I don't think he's that funny in general. I don't think you can get into comedy. At that stage, I think you still have to put in multiple years.
I thought he was funny. I like that.
He is a funny guy. It's just after the Showtime special, I'm like, okay, here we go. But that's what everybody judges him on. And then he went the independent route, and it was like, okay, let me follow Andrew Schultz, which is what Schultz wanted for everyone to do it, by the way.
Yeah.
So I don't want to talk too much shit on his comedy, but at the same time, it's not that great.
So it's like, the thing I feel like what a lot of people, not saying you, but like a lot of comedians too, like they get thingy is like me, right? Or like me and you, right? We're getting into comedy, right? We're getting into stand-up.
We're trying to write. We're trying to
we've built years already, you know, creating a thick skin to prepare for us for the stage that's going to shatter that thick skin, right?
Yeah.
You know, so that we can make better thick skin, right?
I assume you've already thought of this too. If I get booed my first time, I'm going to be happy.
I'm going to smile.
Because I went fucking on, man.
I'm like, ha. We're somewhere. Like, if I'm on the board.
Means you're doing something.
Yeah, like, you know, so it's like, I get that. But with Brendan Schaub and, like, it's like with T.I.'s and with other people that come into comedy late, you know, there has to be a curve. And not a curve of going like, yeah, let these dudes get the spotlight, get all that stuff. But have them understand that if Brendan Schaub says that it hurts his feelings, you can't put him at the same standard as a Dave Chappelle or Kevin Hart or Andrew Schultz or any of these people, because he's not a comedian. Because he just became he's a baby.
Yeah.
He was a fighter before this. You know what fighters do? They don't talk.
I think he's like 16.
They talk.
So he's like 6 years into comedy.
Yeah.
Most people don't get a special till they're 10 plus years.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, like, fuck it. You know, like, and that's the shit too, like, I hate, you know, we always talk about, we got to give these up and coming comics starts and get them better times and stuff like that. And then once we do it, it's like, oh, but this guy didn't get it, but he should have deserved it. Like, yeah, maybe he should have, but at the end of the day, Brendan Schaub is cool with Joe Rogan, Joey Diaz, all these big time comedians.
And it goes back to who you know, not fucking what
and
you know.
he's being mentored by them. So it's not like, you know, like, it's like there's stock in here. You know, it's an investment.
Yeah.
Because it's not Brendan Schaub's name alone. It's Brendan Schaub connected to Joe Rogan, connected to Joey Diaz, connected to Brian Callahan, whatever the fuck his name is. Like
Callan.
Yeah.
Callahan. You
like
always say that.
All these people, like, you know, and it's better. Like, I didn't mind. Like, I saw that special, and the way how I saw that special, it was like the little brother of comedy.
Yeah.
The little brother, the Kono Hamaru of comedy, you know? Yo, cause
but
like
there was
that,
something there still.
Yeah, he had potential, but it was like that, you know? He brought up his big brother's names all the time, you know?
He just started in his mid-30s, where most people start in their early 20s.
And his format was great. He talked about his UFC career. He basically explained why he left UFC to do comedy in a comedic story format. That's awesome. And he did that for an hour or 45 minutes. He did it for a long time. That's awesome.
Yeah. Like an hour 15, I think.
Yeah, he told one story with a bunch of jokes in 45 minutes. I can't do that. I think my longest joke I really had is about probably 5 to 7. You know, like, so I get that. Like, when he says, yo, it hurts my feelings, we shouldn't put him at a higher standard. Yeah, he's a comedian, nigga, but he's fucking human. Bobby Lee, the same exact person, has the same problem. It hurts his feelings, too. Bobby Lee's a pussy. Yeah. If you really think about it, he's a big-ass bitch. I love Bobby Lee, but he's really sensitive.
But he plays up that, too.
Yeah,
like, he plays it up comedically.
Yeah, because he learned how to. You know, it took him years of being bullied by Carlos Mencia and all these other comedians to go, yo, I have this, I can use it. Brendan Schaub is still learning. We're just seeing his origin story live.
Okay. All right, and one last thing on Brendan Schaub, and I'll let you get on the Bobby and Kalila shit. Yeah, the guy is obviously not the best comedian at this moment, but he's fucking trying, man.
Yeah, like...
That's one thing, like, it's like, even if he's not funny, he is trying his ass off, and you know what? I'll even take it personal. The guy provides for his family.
And there's less funnier dudes. There's less funnier dudes, bro, that made it bigger.
And you know what he does, too? He puts on other comics.
Yeah.
He put on David Lucas, bro. You remember David Lucas from Roast Me?
Yeah.
He wanted to get him to stand up. Now he opens for Brendan Schaub. Now he's doing his own thing on Instagram. He's like figuring out shit. Like he's also... Dude, he like sponsored some music video for some rapper. It was some white rapper. I don't know what the fuck the song was called, but it's like, at least you're fucking putting people on, dude.
Making a
like
brand,
he recognizes his spot, and then that's where I will say, like, yes, he's not the funniest, and we can judge his comedy on that, but why should we take it personal there?
Yeah, it's
on
like
his comedy.
It's like we're looking at 6 years, you know, like you're looking at, yo, he's like, it's an argument. He's not funny. But he just started though, but he has really good potential. And then it's, but he shouldn't have a Showtime special. And then you can even debate, but who the fuck is Showtime now?
Here's what I'll say. One last thing, sorry, and then we can get in the I know I said one last thing, but how about you just fucking click off? Why are people just fucking dick riding and fucking hating on one fucking guy because he got in late? Like, obviously, you can say the comedy's not good, but you don't have to fucking watch it. We all laugh about it. Like, that Showtime special was hilarious how unfunny it was when we talk shit about it.
Yeah.
Like, it just is what it is. But you cannot sit here and say that the guy isn't doing fucking work, man. He's not putting other people on. Like, it's just, if you're at that point, I think you just need to stop watching.
Yeah, it's like, honestly, bro, again, he's on Showtime.
He's not anymore. He's independent.
Well, he did a Showtime special, bro. Yeah. Name me a big comic in the last 10 years that did a Showtime special that we saw on Showtime.
I'll wait.
Exactly.
Bro, what
I'm sure there have been.
Showtime used to be the Netflix. Showtime, HBO used to be the
HBO
back in the day.
I'm saying now.
Now.
Showtime's more boxing now. Yeah. Like, that's how he got on there. Like, they were like, we're not comedy, but we'll take this dude we already have available.
We have a good relationship with him. The fans, our Showtime fans love him. It's like, nigga, let him rock, nigga. He's not even on Comedy Central, you know? He's on Showtime, bro. Let him be. It's not, damn it, Coin. Anyway, hey Smurf, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, what do you think about Brendan Schaub, man? Yeah, he's pretty awesome. Yeah, I agree. He's fucking awesome. This is great. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Smurf.
Right?
Yeah.
You think he's swimming through the city, or you think he's beating people up with him?
Nah, right now, I would definitely say, like, right now, guys, if you look at Smurf on the camera, he's playing Miles Morales Spider-Man, right? So we're going to predict what he's doing right now. Right now, yeah, he's swinging. Look at him. His eyes are moving everywhere. He's trying.
swinging.
Yeah, he's swinging. What? Yeah, nah, he's swinging. Yeah, he's swinging. Oh, no. Actually, no. He could be fighting.
Nah,
Yeah,
he's fighting. He's
yeah,
fighting.
he could be looking at his health.
Flash. I saw Red Flash, bro.
He could be fighting. He could be, yeah, he's fighting. Yeah, because he was looking up. That's like his health spot right up there in that corner. Yeah, he's fighting. Yeah, he's definitely fighting. He's 100%.
Bro, and I saw a flash of red like he got punched.
I'm so sorry, Smurf, but I'm going to move you. There we go. Now, how bad did it fuck up? I mean, it... All right, guys, we're going to fix this.
It's scary as fuck living by yourself now.
Yeah? Why you say that?
Yeah, well, the dude that used to own the house, he keeps his hunting dogs here in cages. So they start barking. I'm like, did I fucking lock the front door? Like, that's where I go. Like, I'm like, who's here? Like,
what you should always do, before I always enter my room to stay, I always go, like, all right, let me make sure everything's off. That way, because I'm lazy. I don't worry. Like, if a nigga breaks into my house, nigga, what's up? But, like, to me, it's like, I don't want to get up again. So it's like, let me make sure I never have to get up again.
Well, I know the deadbolt's locked now. Like,
yeah.
We're
chilling,
good.
bro.
I'm not gonna.
So
sorry for the
you're good.
disruption.
You're good.
As soon as I switched off, I said, "Hey," I heard, "Hey, Smurf, what's going on?" I felt so bad.
No, you did. I made it work. I pivoted.
Bro,
you know.
We made it work.
Yeah, but yeah. Either way, above that, like, Showtime isn't a big deal. I feel like people make it what it is. But anyway,
drama-wise,
she said that shit, right? It connected to the Reddit stuff. Brendan Schaub had a big thing. They had this big drama about it, right? Which wasn't drama. And then what I really want to talk about is what people do, right? And I remember, and I'm going to excuse Andrew Schultz, because Andrew Schultz explained on the Academics Off the Record podcast why he does the things that he does.
Yeah, great podcast, by the way. Go listen to it.
I really want to talk about H3H3. That fucking fat, pubescent loser, Ethan. So, and I've seen 3 shows of him already. I've seen the Bill Burr. That was my first one I saw. I saw the Bill Burr one. I saw the old Bobby Lee one that I thought was the new Bobby Lee one. And then I was like, they're not talking about this guy at all. And then I saw the new Bobby Lee one, which was great because I saw how, I guess, Ethan was before and how he is now.
Yeah.
So I hate, and I get it for reporters, and like Philip DeFranco does this too, and I don't like it. There's a code. Like, let's say if Coin leaves IO, right? He does his own thing, right? He has his own business and stuff like that. And me and Sam decided.
And I let you know too, like
it's on good things.
I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah. He pulls a Kyrie. He talks to me. He goes, "Yo, I gotta get my own rings." I'm like, "Bet, bro, not a problem." We.
Well, not a Kyrie to like the Boston fans. Like, let's not get confusion there.
Yeah.
Because he did say he would say.
But
I don't want to be attached to Kyrie. Let's just say, I just want to go do my own thing.
Right.
And I let you know, and I'm leaving on a certain day, right?
Yeah. By the way, guys, Coin isn't going anywhere. I have him locked.
Yeah.
I have him locked in a 360.
Yeah, he actually made me sign a contract, and it was weird too, because it was like what the fuck? Like a demon appeared in my house and like poof, and then with the contract, and I was like,
all that. But anyway, so if Coin has his own thing, and then he gets into a scandal, right? And we're supposed to have a pod where we sit there and talk about it. And before the pod, Coin tells me, "Hey, I'm so overwhelmed by this shit, bro. Like, I'm up to here. Can we just not talk about it? Like, can we just have a good show? Right? And I go on that show, and I bring it up, and I antagonize it, and I kind of push the envelope to get him to talk about it. That's wrong. You're a fucked up friend. You're a fucked up person, and you're clout chasing. And I'm gonna say to the other people, if you're friends with these people, and you know something is going on with them, and you know how they feel about it, and you know if you talk about it, it's only gonna add drama to where it doesn't need to be, you are also the problem. Like, throughout all this Brendan Schaub stuff, you know who didn't talk about this? Joe Rogan.
Nope.
Joe Rogan's best friends with Bobby Lee and Brendan Schaub.
Yep.
If anything, Joe Rogan could have had Bobby Lee and Brendan Schaub and Kalila sit there all together on the Joe Rogan Experience and have a whole sit-down conversation about this.
You know who didn't talk about it? Chris D'Elia, who's on a pod with fucking Brendan Schaub. Theo Vaughn, who's on a pod with Brendan Schaub.
Who called Bobby?
Who also, who's all,
who Chris D'Elia called Bobby privately and was laughing at him. Like, yo, bro, you don't even know how to use a computer. And they think you did this? Like, he didn't do that on the podcast. You didn't hear that on Chris D'Elia's podcast. Like, actually, I got some stuff about the Bobby Lee. Like, no, he didn't do any of that. Because they don't need to do that. They're not so hungry and thirsty for views where you have to sit there, you have to antagonize your friend and watch him be so uncomfortable. And then you try to make it seem like, no, you're standing up for yourself. You're doing, first of all, shut the fuck up, Ethan.
It's the fucking same thing that's happened on the internet as was happening in the Comedy Store at the time, too. Like, you remember when, like there was stories. Like, I remember watching Joe Rogan when I was in high school. So we're talking 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
All this shit. And they're talking about the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is this heralded place of...
The Mecca of comedy.
A Mecca of comedy. Yeah. It's a fucking... You could even, like, do it another degree. You could say just the Madison Square Garden of comedy. Like, how they say Madison Square Garden's a Mecca?
Yeah.
It's the Madison Square Garden of comedy,
yeah.
Right? You go to L.A., that's where the fucking lineup is. And obviously, God rest her soul, Missy, what the fuck is her last name? Missy Shore. She died. She was the one that was handling most of it. But it was the Mecca of L.A. West Coast comedy. And they had the fucking headliners there. And they are ruined now. Like, that's just all I want to say is, like, since she died, and even Pauly Shore tried to have some influence, but he had some other business ventures, like there's a new takeover now. It's like where even, like, Joe Rogan, Ari Shaffir, like, Theo Vaughn moved to fucking Kentucky or Tennessee, wherever the fuck he moved. Like, they don't respect it anymore. Brendan Schaub was there every fucking night. Every fucking night.
Building his roots.
Building his roots. Right. So, if you also take that into Bobby Lee was there well before any fucking comedian you can name today.
Yep.
Bobby Lee was on Mad TV, and he was there, and there was video evidence of Joe Rogan prompting him to go after Carlos Mencia.
Now, hold on. Let me not be racist.
Okay.
Let me not be racist.
Okay.
Is Bobby Lee the same Asian actor that was in Hangover?
No, that's fuck. What is his name? No, just look up the name of him. I can't remember his name. He's also a comedian,
Bobby.
He's a doctor.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I always thought I was the same person.
I think they're both Korean, but it's still racist.
Wow, I put Asian guy. It said Asian guy from Hangover. That's crazy. Thanks, Google. Comedian Ken Jeong. Wow, yeah.
Ken Jeong, yeah.
Yeah, he looks nothing like Bobby Lee. Bobby Lee, I'm very sorry, bro. I apologize. I'm wild.
Yeah.
I'm racist and shit. I'm so sorry.
But Bobby Lee had a moment where Joe Rogan was, like, sitting on a balcony. Like, they had just gotten done with their sets. They were hanging out at the club. Hold on, I'll let you go, Sam. Hold on. And Bobby Lee comes up to him and he's like, "Hey, I heard Carlos stole your joke, Bobby." And he's like, "Yeah, it's a great night, huh?"
Yeah.
And he was pussy, bro. He was pussy about it because Joe Rogan actually knew how to fight, and he was like, "Fuck that! Like, I'm gonna call out people stealing jokes. Like, I love this art form, and I don't want anyone to get shafted." You can clearly see back in the day he was pussy about it. So, fast forward to this Brendan Schaub shit. I don't think he cares, bro. I think it's more Kalila.
I also feel like it was a marketing tool as well.
It could be too.
At the end, like I felt like it was real big at the end, but then when they sat down together, Belly Tiger, I felt like it was marketing and all that stuff. But
Tiger Belly, yeah.
Yeah, Tiger Belly, and I just feel like, I'm not gonna even talk about the Brendan Schaub stuff. I'm not gonna talk about the Kalila and Bobby Lee drama. Like, none of that is our business. Like, I don't talk about other niggas' relationships. Like, I really don't. It's none of my business. Nobody has a perfect relationship. I don't care who the fuck you think you are. Everybody got something, nigga. And just you making fun of someone else's relationship is just as corny, nigga, because
it shows insecurities on your relationship, and it probably shows that you probably don't have a relationship. I don't have a relationship. I'm not about to fucking judge somebody else's relationship.
I knew a guy, right? He used to always judge people's relationships, but he was the same guy that his girlfriend cheated on him with his neighbor. You know, and he didn't do nothing. Yeah. And it was like, you know, like if you really want to
That's his problem, bro.
Yeah, like, you know, like if you want to throw dirt, we can throw dirt, but like, you know, like humble yourself. Like if there's a moment where people should humble themselves, it's definitely in other people's relationship businesses.
Well, and gossip, right?
Yeah.
Don't fucking, like, as soon as you know, like, I know it's harder on the internet, like, especially if you're a public figure, but I mean, let's talk about like being in the private sector, right? Let's say me and you we live in the same neighborhood. One of us sees somebody else's neighbor. And let's just say we're not friends. Like, we're not friends. Whatever. Like, say I see another neighbor, his wife is cheating on him with another neighbor. Bro, I'm not telling you, bro. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm not creating unnecessary drama where it could lead back 100%. To me.
It's like me and Sam, right? Me and Sam, we know someone, right? We have a friend, and their friend is a dancer, right? And they told the dancer's friend told our friend that, right? And he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna talk to this person. I'm gonna see if this person is a dancer or not." And I remember I told this person, I was like, "Why would you do that? Like, it's none of your business. Like, why is it so important? Like, if I hear, oh my God, Sam does coke, right? Like, why is it so important for me to run back to Sam and go, yo, is it true? Do you do coke? What do you think? He's either going to tell me, nah, that's a lie, and he's lying, or he's going to be like, yeah, I do. And then what am I going to be like? Oh, yeah.
Or he's going to say no, and it's the truth. Like, you don't know.
Yeah, it's so useless. Like, these informations are so not important, you know?
Yeah.
And like, there's a thing like when in Bleach, like Ichigo, the main character, he finds out something about his dad, and his dad tries to talk to him, like, hey, let me explain myself. And Ichigo tells him, yo, shut up.
You were never there, bitch.
Like, he was like, bro, if you didn't tell me, you must have had a good reason. I'm not going to have you hash it out. It's not that big of a deal, and it's not that serious. It's the
same. Thanks for the advice, though.
Yeah,
but you're just another human to me.
Yeah, like, you know, like, it goes with the same shit with everything else, you know? Like, the fact that people like ACH3 and Philip DeFranco, and they took this and they exploited it, and they talked the drama. And Philip DeFranco really didn't do it with the Brendan Schaub. He really did it.
It was more so H3.
Yeah, I just bring up Philip DeFranco because he did that with the Joe Rogan shit all the time.
Yeah.
And I love Philip DeFranco. Like, I watched Philip DeFranco before he was this big Rocket Media new
I talked to a
tactics
few
and
Phil
stuff.
DeFranco fans too. They were
Yeah.
disgusted by it, but they were just like, that's just. It didn't seem on brand. On him.
Yeah, it's
Like,
him
it
now.
wasn't on him.
It's him now. That's what he does. Like before, he was real down and cool. He talked gossip, but it wasn't ever like now. It's like he does it to I remember when he did it with the Joe Rogan stuff. I remember it was so annoying because it was like, bro, like you just sat in the Joe Rogan show and you just sat down with him and talked and talked with him, you know. And now you're sitting here saying that Joe Rogan is selling false information. He's not doing that. You know, you're his friend.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you call him a friend. Why would you believe that? When if you watch his episodes, you know damn well he isn't spreading false information. Like that's just silly. You know, and as a society we really do that, and I don't want us to do that no more. And I'm done with this Brendan Schaub situation. We
Okay. Yeah.
42 minutes. We got on it way longer than what we were supposed to.
No, but it evolved from that to us just talking about. Like, you have to trust who you're with.
Yeah.
I think that's the ultimate fucking key.
Yeah.
And then when people are talking shit, I think we don't know at that level.
Yeah.
So we just don't know. So we can go from that. Do you have another topic you want to spin off of, or can I go on my?
You could go on yours if you want. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, secret societies. I thought about this for a while. I thought about it even more so. Excuse me. Now, I want to defer to my two co-hosts. What is your guys' idea of a secret society?
Sam, you go first.
It's got to be a society that controls a significant portion and is like nothing is controlled. Like basically, my basis is like if you ever heard of the SAP Foundation, like if that was real, that would be the biggest secret society.
Message me that privately so I can research it. But yeah. I get somebody like with okay I got your answer. So Sage.
I feel a secret society is a group of higher nobles of societal stature stature, thank you, that have enough power collectively that they can move more than 3 chess pieces at a time.
I don't like how you put a number on it, though.
Yeah.
You can't put a number on it.
Okay.
Just say multiple chess pieces at a time.
Multiple chess pieces at a time.
Okay. So
they're playing chess while you're playing checkers.
Right. Exactly. That's usually my assumption. And why I wanted to bring it up is because I'm the conspiracy guy on this fucking podcast. This is the first time I show my face on this shit, too.
Oh, yeah. Air horn.
I didn't hear him, but I can imagine him. Secret societies, at their core, are one word. And it's secretive, right?
Yeah.
So, I can get into the history of the Illuminati. I can get into the history of the Freemasons. I want to really... Also, that might be a poll we put on Twitter here pretty soon, too, like if you want me to get into it. But here's the thing. Modern day, you don't think they still exist and are influencing culture on an economical level, on a political level, and on a global level. That's where, like, if you can't really tell me that they have some influence there, that's like okay, can you ride here? Like, are you tall enough to ride this ride?
Yeah.
And I just look at these, and I'm like, I'll drive through a small town in Oklahoma where I live, and I'll see Freemason, lodges everywhere around me. I don't think that they're necessarily presenting a threat to our nation as a whole. What I'm talking about is where we can get to the highest level of these people
Yeah.
and how they can influence us. And secret societies in general, and after this I'll kick to y'all, I just think it's very anti-American as we live in the United States, because why are you hiding information from other Americans that you may claim to want to help as well? Like you may want to claim patriotism, whatever, but you go to the secret society where you can also network with other people within that secret society, and at the top level you can affect change that affects us at the bottom level so much more than we could ever by just going into a Masonic lodge and apply to be a Freemason. You know, there's more than just a Freemasons too. I just want you guys to hear me from this level of like, okay, this secret society it's anti-American, in my opinion. But you guys can go.
Sam?
Honestly, I don't know if it's completely anti-American, as it's just like they benefit themselves more than they benefit anyone else. They claim to benefit the weak, but they don't. They just benefit themselves more. Like the biggest like secret society I can think of is like corporations and like how they get together with like governments and shit and make the laws change and shit that affects us, but doesn't really affect them that much. Like, and it just hurts. Like oil going up. And
I agree.
Gas prices skyrocket right now.
I agree with you.
So when you say anti-American, can you explain that for me?
So we obviously live within the country that we live in, where our taxation is set for just us that we live here, and they may increase inflation as well through printing more money through the Federal Reserve. We all know what the Federal Reserve is, right?
Yeah.
It's a private institution that, you know, our whole fucking dollar is based on.
Mm-hmm.
So when they print more money, that has to be paid back.
Yeah.
We're in debt severely, so eventually it's going to fall back on the taxpayers' dollars, right?
Yeah.
So when I say secret societies, I hate how there are so many prominent political figures and people that control where our taxpayer dollars go within a certain secret society. Like you could look up different fraternities and different like Skull and Bones. You can look up the Demolay group. Like I've been looking into like, dude, the highest level anybody from Oklahoma, my home state, has ever risen was to Speaker of the House, and the guy was in the Freemasonic group and the Demolay. Like it's just like one of those things where I'm like, do these secret societies serve us, or do they serve select people? And I think they just serve the select people that are willing to push their agendas along.
So when I think of secret societies, right, it takes me back into the Bible. The first secret society was the Illuminati, right? The Illuminati. Well, the Illuminati.
It was the Freemasons.
Well, talk about the Illuminati, the ones that were holding the secrets of Christ. That Illuminati, not whatever.
Well, the Illuminati wasn't technically created until the 1700s, but
yeah,
Let's just take it. It's the Masons.
No, but I'm talking about the Illuminati. That's what I think of when you think of secret society.
Okay, you're talking just secret societies in general.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, secret societies.
So I think of the Illuminati back in those days, and what they were trying to do, right? And I'm trying to, okay, that's a secret society, right? It held secrets to hold the world or something like that. Okay, cool. Then we have Skull and Bones. A secret society that we know very little about. Like a lot of these secret societies, except for the Illuminati, thanks to the Da Vinci Code, we know nothing, little to nothing about. All we know is people who have joined them, and they have powerful standings. Correct or incorrect?
Yeah.
So I feel like we connect these people that get into power connected to these groups, because we don't know what the group is, but we know what these people do. So we go, okay, these people do this, and this is what Skull and Bones is about, right? So I feel like secret societies in the general, whether it's the Freemasons, Skull and Bones, Illuminati, whatever the hell you want to call it, it has nothing to do with being un-American at all. I just feel like how we have bad cops and we have bad people in the streets. We have people that use this platform to get up, and they use that power to object their justified means onto the world. Because again, we don't know what the creed of the Skull and Bones, and none of these secret societies are. Because we don't know, we can't amend them like how we amend the laws. Right? So these laws were created back in the day, right? And it's not like a democracy where, people's like, I don't like this law anymore. We should change it. They're like, I don't like this law. Then they go kill them, or get them out. It's so we don't know what these laws are in the beginning. We don't know what they're loopholing, what they're trying to, what they're taking advantage of. It's a lot of things, so. I don't know much about the secret societies to sit here and to claim that they're anti-American or anti-against.
No, you're good. I like how the pushback too.
Yeah, I do like secret societies. Like in my day, I would love to create a secret society. And it will be nothing connected to politics at all. Like I feel like secret societies in the end are always about the justified means. The Illuminati was all about keeping the secret of Christ and the blood of Christ pure or whatever. Skull and
But that was more of the Templars, I think.
Yeah, or
whatever. Even then, they were collecting gold. It's
you never
know.
Who knows? What if Skull and Bones, they were created when George Washington was around, and he was like, I'm going to create Skull and Bones so that we can make sure that we have founding fathers every generation to run this country. And after 2 generations, they were like, yeah, let's start fucking shit up. We don't know, and it's a big thing. I would love to see these secret societies out in the open so we can see them, But
then they wouldn't be secret society.
Yeah, then they wouldn't be a secret society, and then and then they wouldn't have any power anymore. People won't know. Then they're just going to create another secret society that we're not going to think about, and then.
So can I interject real quick with
Sure.
A quote from JFK. He said, and I'm not reading it right now, it's paraphrasing, they operate with guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. And guerrilla meaning guerrilla warfare.
Yeah. And that's...
So,
yeah.
He warned us of that, and then he got killed.
Yeah. That was the speech that got him killed, yeah.
So, and I encourage anyone listening right now to go and see that JFK speech.
Yeah.
Because it's moving, all right? So when I hear that, when he also mentions secret societies specifically in there, the reason I say it's anti-American is because we live in America where we all have to abide by the same rules, same taxes, all this other shit. If you are in this secret society and you are making moves that affect us, without us being within there, that's where I think we should outlaw secret societies. That's where I was kind of going at this whole thing. Like, I don't think these should exist anymore.
Why not?
And because we have already proven too, in certain states and in certain industries, we can have a union. I don't necessarily agree with unions in every aspect of any economical fearing job, whatever it is. But at the same time, I do not want a fucking society existing that can also affect how our tax dollars are spent.
Only
And
tax
that's
dollars?
like, I don't want to get too political, but it's like that's where it goes, though.
So are you? I just want to make sure. Are you concerned just about the tax dollars?
No, it's just that I think that's the biggest one, because
like,
it's taking money from other people and we're spending it wherever they want to spend it. And then you got like a fucking Nancy Pelosi whose husband had worked within the stock market, and they get the fucking
I'm cool with that. My whole thing is
insider trading.
I feel like, what if secret societies are more like the shadow, like the root organization, like in Naruto, where like that they're the ones that make sure that Kohona stays peaceful, right? Like, America is the land of the free, the home of the brave, right? That comes with a very high cost, you know. Like, you just
with military spending.
Yeah, with military spending, with military force, you know, with like, you know, you like, and it's like, and I feel, and I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's very childish when people say, like, you know, we can have a peaceful freedom country. Like, that's not how it works in this world, you know. World peace is not gonna happen. That's a fluke. That's a fucking fluke, bro. What is more reasonable is having a government all nice and funny on the daytime, but when niggas need to get their hands dirty to keep America safe and free, they got to get their hands dirty. Now, am I saying, is it pretty? Is it right? And if you hear about it, will it make your stomach turn? I'm pretty sure it will. But at the end of the day, there's a price to pay for freedom. You know, you want to live in this place. You know. Now, taxes, I'm down with that. I'm totally cool with taking away making sure that the government doesn't control our taxes and bleed us dry. I'm down with that 100%. But a union isn't gonna stop Russia from knocking on.
No. That was just the only option. I was like facetiously offering that.
Oh.
Now, I do want you to expand more on what you were saying, but I do want to say what I want to say right now.
Yeah.
Anybody that fucking signs that fucking dotted line to go in and fight for this country, when it's been proven throughout history, and you're probably 18 years old when you signed that shit, most likely, right? Throughout history, they have just used soldiers to expand, at least within the last 50 to 70 years, to expand these I don't even know how to even encapsulate it into a term.
Theologies?
No. It's just like, you go over and like, let's say like when 9/11 happened, we won't even get, like, we can save that for another episode. But we also went into Iraq for weapons of mass destruction. That never was a thing. No, Saddam Hussein needed to be overthrown because he was, about the people and about all this other shit, or whatever. We needed to overthrow that. Okay, let's go into Afghanistan. Let's control the opium that feeds our fucking opioid crisis in America. Like, there's these things like that align with each of these wars where I'm like, okay, these guys are all still on the same page and they're taking orders even on the presidential level.
Yeah.
To where I'm like, I don't believe any of you motherfuckers. That's where I get conspiratorial about. Does that make sense to y'all?
Yeah. You just don't trust the government.
Because there's proof.
So much proof instead of being
But let me ask you
shady.
something. Is there also proof that mankind can overthrow and become good in the government as well?
Yes, but I think that's why they try to separate us.
Yes. But let's not even get into that. But because that logic is there, right? Because you have
Mhm.
because that is true, you should never lose faith in the government of the people. For even though right now in our seatings the government is corrupted, have faith that the government of the people will cleanse it out. You know? Like, yeah, like, you know, I'm not saying be super trusting. Be your fucking pessimistic self that you are, you know? But,
You know, can I add something to that too?
sure.
I did have another conversation with somebody else, and they were like, "You always see the conspiracy side. You're the boy who cried wolf." And it got me thinking too. There was another dude in there. He's like, "No, he's not the boy who cried wolf. He's the dude who sees a wolf." And I'm like, "Well, okay. Let me tell you here right now. I'm not the boy who cried wolf. I'm not the boy who just saw one wolf. I've looked into the shit and I've saw 3 to 4 wolves, maybe 5 wolves that are fucking hanging outside our village right now, right? And I'm the crazy one until someone gets eaten by a fucking wolf."
The best thing I love about conspiracies is it gives you, it tests where your real mental strength is, you know? Like, it's kind of like when we was talking about you getting to church, and I was like, "Yo, don't read the Dead Sea Scrolls until
Yeah.
you're ready." It's
Yeah, I'm
almost
not
like
ready.
the same thing, you know? Like, you get a kid, 18, right? Fresh out of high school, right? Straight A's. You show him Loose Change, right? We all know what Loose Change is, right?
Yeah.
Very recommended 9/11 documentary, right? It's literally
Not 9/11. No, that was
Nah,
Loose Change was the economy.
Nah, Loose Change was 9/11. I'm not.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna Google it right now on live air, so I don't sound.
No,
stupid.
I thought that was the economy that came out in 2020. But while he's looking it up, yeah. I will say.
Yeah, it's
don't.
Loose Change based on 9/11. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I'm wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, so like, you know, so people get into that, and then they dig. So now I ask you, Corn, what age did you get into conspiracies?
23.
Okay. What conspiracy got you in it?
It was 9/11, but it was more so because I started working in the cannabis industry,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh shit, and CBD too, because you always like I was the guy making fun of people with horoscopes and shit,
Yeah.
and then I equated that to CBD, and then I started working in the actual cannabis industry, and I was like, oh shit, this actually has value. So I started learning cannabis and anything else that could help, and then I just wound up somehow searching. Like I was like, man, like if they're trying to hide this, what else are they trying to hide? And then I did a little bit more research. I found some podcasts, and then I found 9/11, and then I was like, yeah.
So a lot of kids like that, right? They get into that, right? And they start digging, right? They get into that rabbit hole, right? And then they get into the rabbit hole, and it gets dark. Like, it gets dark when you go from the world is nice and pretty, and Barack Obama is the dream, and George Bush did everything he could to make sure America was safe, to George Bush planned that whole shit. It was
also, you want to separate like each presidency with each president.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you got to really,
like
them too.
it's like you got to do all that, and then you get overwhelmed, right? So then you hear the masses of conspiracy people like an Eddie Bravo that just go crazy, you know? Like there's a person that I know from the VOP side, like she believes in the Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot and all this stuff. Like
One
time
I think that's, by the way, I think like those fucking Loch Ness Monsters and Bigfoots and whatever else fucking monster they want to say, I think that's just propaganda.
I don't know.
I think the Kraken is real.
I don't care. Like, if I
either way, I don't care. But I don't think it's real.
If I see it, if it attacks me, we're squaring. Unless it's a Leviathan, then I'm running.
Bro, you're squaring up with a fucking 8-foot.
You think you can outrun a Leviathan?
I don't.
Human.
But nigga, what you want to do? Just stand there, let him kill me? Nah, I gotta do some effort. I gotta try.
I'm trying to hitch onto the top of the mouth.
Bro, y'all see my Fortnite skills. Y'all see my evading Fortnite skills, bro. I could put that shit into real life practice. I'll figure some shit out. I'll find a siege cannon. I don't know. But like, you know, like they get into these things and they get crazy, and then it hurts credibility. Well, like it really, like it makes the community like really weird. You know, you start becoming dumpster diving. You know, a bunch of weirdos looking for a quick story, can't accept life. But then at the end of the day, it's like, you know, you get people like Coin that do their research, that knows. You know, some of the things he's kind of wacky on. You know?
Yeah, I am, 100%.
Yeah,
I'll be the first to admit it.
Yeah. You know, and it's not a thing. You know, we all got our things. Like, you know, like I
think with the fucking whole bringing up of secret societies, all this thing, like there's too much room for people congregating above us to control us. That's all I'm saying.
It's a lot. Like, it's more like for people to understand. Like, you know, like remember why our founding fathers built America, you know? If you feel like you're in a place where you're not feeling justified or you're not feeling right, you know?
Well, even then, with the founding of America, we brought in transatlantic slavery. Like there's atrocities that have been brought in to build this country. But at the same time, like, I don't understand why everyone's fighting over history and not fighting over what's right in fucking front of them. And that's these people taking our money, insider trading on the political level, all this other shit. Like, I really want people to recognize that most people, like, we're talking here right now. If Smurf was here, that's, you know, like a black dude, a Puerto Rican dude, and 2 white dudes. And we have talked immensely on race. Not even on this fucking podcast. Just trying to learn about each other and trying to learn about cultures and shit like that.
I told Coin
that is how it's fucking done.
Yeah.
And we don't even give it the fucking time of the day. If it's on Twitter, if it's on fucking Instagram, we just let the fucking politicians from the top conglomerate everything into what they want to make money as, and then put it on us to just go and fucking fight about.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for getting
I love it.
Crazy brolic about it, but that's what it is. That's what it is, and they don't fucking care about you. I'm looking in the camera right now. If you're watching this, they don't fucking care about you.
You want to say they want you
to die? They care about this right fucking here.
They want you to die. That's
the Dan shit. That's a little too, you know, on the nose, but it's just they want you to. They don't care if you die. They don't care if you starve.
Yeah, I don't think
they want your fucking love.
I agree. Glad you got that off your chest.
It's like they think of you as ants.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I
bro.
wanted to talk about secret societies. Is like
Yeah.
I think they do have influence
Like we're in
at our governmental level.
We should join a secret society.
No,
Why?
I refuse.
Bro, we could break it from the
Nah,
inside.
let's make our own.
Bro, we could break it from the inside, bro. Wouldn't that be
How
crazy?
about we just start a public society within the IO?
It's a society.
Fuck
Well,
a secret society. Let's have a
I mean
public
that-
society.
It's more of a movement. Like that's the whole thing with all this shit too. It's like this is going to be a movement.
It's like, too, like, you have to understand, it's kind of like in One Piece, right? Like, the secret societies that started in America, right? The American ones, you know, the Rothschilds.
Illuminati started right before the American Revolution.
Yeah.
Freemasons already existed.
Well, no, yeah, you see, look, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that Illuminati. I'm talking about the Illuminati back in
You're
Christ.
talking about the Templar.
Knight Templar?
But they called them the Illuminati in the Da Vinci book.
No. That's what they like to do in movies too. Like I'm a Tom Hanks hater, bro.
No, but in the book they call it the Illuminati, like it was okay, so in the Deep Sea Scrolls, right? This is where the thing comes from. The Deep Sea Scrolls.
Not Deep Sea, Dead Sea.
Yeah, the Dead Sea Scrolls, right? There's this story that apparently there's a time in the Bible that Jesus goes to Egypt. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
In that time, Jesus falls in love, has sex with a woman, and has a baby.
Yep.
So, Sam, it's not true. Don't worry. It's filler. But, like, it's like this is just what's in the Dead Sea Scrolls. So, in that thing, in the Illuminati, when they talk about in the Da Vinci Code, when they talk about the chalice that the Templars are protecting and stuff like that, they're protecting the Christ's son.
Yeah.
Like they're protecting that secret. So that's what I was talking about. So like the Illuminati and when they came in 1700s.
But at the end of the day, it's still just belief, though.
100%. All this is all just belief. Like all these secret societies start off from an extraterrestrial belief system. These niggas didn't come here and be like, yo, we're just gonna create a better world. Like they had a thing, you know, whether God, Dornammu, I don't know, you know.
And all I was wanting to say was, even JFK said, "Be wary of them."
Yeah.
Weary of them, whatever. And man, you could see it to this day. Like they're in their own fucking clubs, making their own fucking money, like insider trading. Like there's these things where it's like, fuck it, I'll say it. I'm a revolutionary. Fuck it, I don't give a fuck. Let's just see how the revolution happens. But I am a revolutionary. Yeah. I am not on board with how our government is spending money. I'm just not, man. As a fucking working citizen, and that's when I go back and see, okay, secret societies, all this stuff. It's like we can talk about the history of it, where these people were there. I think they're all on the same fucking board right now, just taking money from us.
Yeah. How would you? I don't know. I guess I was gonna ask how would you take care of them, but I guess we just out them. That's how really take care of them. You shine light on the darkness.
But they've been outed, and nobody gives a fuck. That's just the saddest thing.
People are too comfortable. People don't like change.
Well, they're going to be very uncomfortable in the coming months because a lot of fucking food plants have exploded and gone out of commission. Not only that, the fucking formula crisis. Like we're going to hit some bad shit coming in the near future.
That's not. Nobody finds that as a coincidence. When Roe v. Wade gets abolished, a bunch of these food plants that take care of baby formula just get attacked, and there's a formula shortage. almost makes you want to rethink, yo, maybe we should just kill our babies rather than having them suffer and dying.
Or how about you had the fucking midterms fucking won if you're Republicans. If you're Republicans, you had the midterms won.
Yeah.
Like, let's just honestly speak on the perspective of how the political sphere was going. It was not good for Democrats. It was great for Republicans. And then they do this. That's where I'm just at this point, this is all a show. Like, do you guys want us to, like that's when I, like, look into, like, what fraternity are these guys at? What school did they go to? All this other shit. That's why I wanted to bring up secret societies. Because fuck everybody in power. Okay? Try to make as much fucking comfortability for you and your family, and fuck everybody in power. Let's take back power. And I'm just telling you, it's not through voting for who they tell you to vote for.
But even the voting system can be rigged too because of the electoral college.
Yeah?
Like, look at how Trump won in the first place. Hillary won popular vote, but then the electoral college gave.
But
Trump.
the electoral college is there for a reason.
Like the whole thing with that too. Like people say, like, oh, Hillary only won because she got the likely vote. So the whole thing was the reason why Hillary lost because she didn't do anything. She wasn't really running.
She pulled out hot sauce out of her purse and thought that was enough.
She did the dab with Ellen, and she thought that would be enough.
Yeah.
She had the Avengers do a little commercial talking about vote for Hillary, don't vote for Trump, and she thought that was going to work. Like, she thought all these things while Trump was literally in these electoral states.
Let me go, Zach Galifianakis, between two ferns.
Yeah, every day in there. And I only peeped in. I remember I told my wife, I was like, I think Trump is going to win. I remember we was driving because I have a sister that lives in the Poconos in PA. And I remember I went there and it was very blue. Very, very blue. You know, Hillary, women.
I think it was 20. I was just like waiting, like just for the next morning.
And then literally as I started visiting her more and more, I just started seeing reds. Trump. And I'm like, yo, you see this? I was like, this is important. She's like, nah, it's just the small states. These are just the racist ones. All right. Like, I tell you, like, you learned how many white racist Republicans were in the Trump election and how much they.
Well, no. It's not even white racist. It's just like, how do you want the economy to go for you?
It's not even that, but it's just more like, I wouldn't say white racists. You have more Republican conservatives in the right spots where you really realize, oh shit, if these niggas really wanted to get up and vote for Republican every year, they'll fucking win. That's why at first they were trying to abolish the electoral system. But it didn't work because they were trying to abolish the electoral system with Obama and they were defending that. So they can't abolish it now. So then what did they do? Mail-in ballots. And they.
Can I give my prediction?
Sure.
How all this shit goes.
Sure.
So we're facing an economic crisis and a food crisis coming in. Man, the last two presidencies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Besides Biden.
Yeah.
It was, you had the most under Obama, you had the most under Trump, and even you had the most under Biden. Like let's just assume that's true. I don't assume it's true, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're all putting things into the economy, manipulating the economy. Like under the Obama administration, the first term, we were coming out of a recession. So there was an excuse. We get it up under the Trump administration, and then it's like completely down under the Biden administration. Like, fuck Trump, fuck Biden, fuck Obama, fuck all of them. How about they're all on the same fucking team trying to manipulate our dollar into their pockets. How does that make sense? Does that make sense to you guys?
Nope.
Okay.
Not at all. Oh, you were done? Oh.
Yeah, no. That's what I want. Like, if you agree, if you disagree, like, give me a pushback, whatever it is.
I definitely agree. You want to put a pin on this? You got more in the tank, or?
No, I don't.
So.
That's why, like, I was hoping you didn't have anything.
Free Young Thug and Gunna. What do y'all think a gang is?
A gang?
I'm gonna ask Sam first, because Coin was actually part of a gang, so he has experience.
Parody gang.
This thing a gang. I don't care for them.
What do you think of gangs?
What do you think of them? What's your perception?
No, what do you think is a gang? Like, what do you think makes a gang?
A group of people doing criminal activities.
Okay.
Or like organized, like somewhat.
Okay. Coin?
So, it's interesting, right? Because, I've always tried to learn about, quote unquote, the culture, which was the perfect word to describe it, right? Because there's so much influence there, there's so much, influence in media, all this other stuff, but there's not a whole lot of recognition. You take someone like Young Thug, 2014, lifestyle, like nobody understood what he said until we heard it, and like we read the lyrics, and it was like, okay, yeah. And then he came out with better music and put more people on, like Gunna. When I think of gang, I don't think of YSL. I think of people trying to make a living and make a prosper within their community, and I don't think it always happens like that. Like I said, I'm from the outside looking in. Like, I look at like Chicago, where it's like, where a gang is, that's the gang, but the next thing on the block over is your rival. I'm like, I don't understand that, but it's like, it's there, right? When I think of a gang with Young Thug, like, where has he ever rivaled against somebody? Where has he ever, done something? Like, all they can get him on is a 2014 rental car. Like, the guy is obviously presenting new opportunities to so many other people coming up. And that's where I want to end it. Is like, I'm more understanding the culture now, but I can see where they have you dead to rights too. Like, you gotta be more careful.
I'm really conflicted about these things. I got family in gangs. My brother did some crazy federal time. I don't have gang connections, but I grew up in the culture, so I understand everything.
Yeah.
I understand that, like the people that made this country, you got to get your hands dirty in order for you to get up on top. There's no clean way, especially for us in the hood, for maybe the white people living in Whiteville, 100%, you got everything, but for us, where it's 10 times easier to get in student loan debt than it is for us to get a loan to build a business, we got to think of finesses, and
yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and say like, yo, I think young Thug's a thug. Like, honestly, I've never seen him do any gang activity. But I did hear about YSL. I did hear about the little noise here and there and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say that I believe that they're a gang affiliate activity, because at the same time, all that little criminal stuff I heard here and there, I heard way bigger things of them giving out food, bringing opportunities to their community, building stuff. Like it's way bigger, you know. The way how I saw it was there was people probably jacking YSL because of the name alone, and they made a YSL gang.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, it could have been something, you know, like it's weird when it's kind of like in GTA, Sam, right? When we were playing GTA and I was like, yo, I want to call us, I was like, yo, the Los Serenos, and then it was like, yo, that's an actual gang, right? And like, if we, like the shit that we did, right, and GTA was real, right? It would be connected to Los Serenos only because we rock the same name. And I know that sounds like such a weird connection because it's a game, but if you connect it to the streets, where you have kids growing up, they look at Young Thug in the street and they see him doing this stuff, he's rapping about this gang shit, he's doing all this shit, they emulate that. They look up to that, they acknowledge that, you know? There's a whole reason why Rockefeller never became a gang, because it just sounded gay. And I really feel like that was Jay-Z and Dame Dash's fucking plan. They're like, yo, they can never make this shit into a gang because it's just Rockefeller, like, you know. But I feel like it's more like that. Another thing that I believe is probably in YSL, there's a clean side and there's a secret society side that gets their hands dirty, you know. And in that
think about like where they grew up, right?
100%.
And not to reveal too much, but it's just, you have an opportunity to allow others to make money in some fashion or another, and you're making hella money right now.
And these guys are
you want to fucking bring your dudes to the top.
Yeah,
right?
and these guys are caught on RICO cases, right? Or no, that's just Cass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so they're caught on RICO cases. So that doesn't mean that Young Thug is really the thing. That means that somebody in Young Thug's entourage or crew or friends,
somebody told
that Jack's YSL did something incriminalizing, and they got the whole thing. That's what RICO is. That's what RICO was invented. RICO was invented.
Somebody told.
Yeah, like, you know, like somebody told, like.
No. Somebody had to have told for RICO.
Nah, I don't think that. It's not
really?
RICO. Nah, RICO doesn't work like that.
Will happen all the time.
Like RICO
works. They just got the right person.
RICO works in the ways, like, this is how they took down the mafia. So RICO works to say we're a big ass gang,
Rudy
right?
Giuliani,
us three, right? We're a big ass gang, right? And us three are untouchable. They can't touch us. Right? We're at that certain criminal state that we got niggas in our pockets. They can't touch us. Let's say Smurf is a little underling, right? He's part of our Ingenious Ones gang. Smurf does something incriminalizing, right? Because he's affiliated with the Ingenious Ones, they put us on a RICO case because they connected to, oh, he's doing this on the behalf of Ingenious Ones. And then they bring up all the other shit that they've been building up on us. Because a RICO case isn't just one and done. You got to build a RICO case. You build RICO cases for years. So that way, when you finally get someone in the trap, you got this mountain of shit that you just throw on that one nigga. Like, yo, we got you on a RICO case. This is what's gonna happen. We're gonna put you and all your boys in prison, and and if you snitch, we'll let you out. Now, most of the time, niggas snitch. But a lot of the times, niggas will hold that down because when you're a part of the gang, when you're a part of this life, you understand that you have no problem paying 25 to life for your life for this gang. This is what it is. You're in it. You're in it till you die. You know.
High reward, high risk.
Yeah. So that's why the RICO case was invented. So it doesn't mean that anybody snitched. As of yet, we don't know. You know. But could someone snitch? 100%. Because RICO cases are created to catch people and to make niggas snitch. Because they just throw the full weight of the law on you. Where you're like, yo, you got nowhere else to go, you know? Like Fat Joe had to do a RICO. Fat Joe was caught on a RICO case. And he
he got
did a lot of
real
years.
fucked up.
Yeah.
What, he did years?
Yeah. What? You know
I
those
get-
years when you didn't see Fat Joe rapping? It wasn't because he was played out. He was in prison.
No, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was bad, man. Like, and it's like that's why like Fat Joe be always trying to tell these niggas like, yo, just get out the streets, just stop. You got a music, and I say this to everybody, bro. If you're in music and you're doing something with it, bro, leave the streets behind, bro. Leave that shit alone.
Here, I think we can end this pod based off of, like, leave the streets behind. Also, leave the creativity behind. If you want to fucking pursue something and people are telling you you can't do it and you're alone, fucking do it.
Yeah.
Also, come in here. We'll give you fucking positive influence too. Sage did the same thing to me. That's why we're fucking doing this podcast. Positive influence.
Like I always say, haters mean you're doing something right. Because haters mean they're jealous of you for some reason.
Yep. 100%. All right, boys. It's been an awesome night. I'll see you guys next week. And oh no, wait, not that one. What is it, 7? No. Oh my God, I don't know these damn things anymore. No, it's something weird. There you go.